to participate in the Veda, which is a vlog, and I know I often say blog instead of vlog. It's vlog every day in August. And another member that I follow or subscribe to had mentioned it, and I looked into it a little bit, and I ended up signing up on some website or something. So if you're coming from there, comment down below and let me know and all of that. So I want to keep everything kind of in line with my whole weight loss, health, what's going on with my body, things that I can do to make my skin better, make me feel better, mood boosters, just everything kind of personal related. So I thought I would start off, really let you get to know me, what is the cause of my weight and things that stand in my way and just whatnot. So I thought I would start with one major one that has been a setback multiple times for me, and unfortunately it's often a drastic setback, and that is a pilonidal cyst. I injured my tailbone when I was in 4th grade, and my mother, being in the true fashion it is, kind of just told me to suck it up and deal with it, and years later we actually found out that I had cracked it. And then there was a space between my last vertebrae and my tailbone, and arthritis was setting in and all of that. So then when I was in high school, I believe I was a freshman, I might have been a sophomore, I thought that my tailbone had swollen up again because it had throughout junior high riding the bus for an hour and a half, twice a day. And I thought it was my tailbone and whatnot, and it was really, really painful. And I was getting out of a friend's brother's Chevy Nova, and I've always hated 2-doors. And I got out and I hit my back on it, and I ruptured something in the crack of my butt, basically. And it really did kind of freak me out. And my mother took me to the hospital, and they said it was a cyst. They didn't say anything about having to do surgery or any of that. It ruptured. So I was just to keep it clean. They gave me an antibiotic, and that was that. And I didn't have another flare for 10 years. And a little bit less than 10 years, I had went to the doctor, and he thought that, it was another possible flare. Because once you have a pilonidal cyst, okay, what a pilonidal cyst is, it's this little pocket down underneath your skin, and the way it was explained to me is often they think that it's like a hairball, essentially, that embedded into your skin. It's like this little infected nut that is deep under your skin, and mine was caused by the injury to my tailbone, and it was quite common in military men who served in wars, especially in like Vietnam and Korea and World War, where there was a lot of riding on the Jeep, and it was the bouncing and the damage that they were doing to their tailbones on the Jeeps. So that's how it was explained to me. And I had went to see a surgeon, and he couldn't find anything wrong. He's like, I don't think this is a cyst, I think it's your tailbone. So I was given kind of an umbrella diagnosis of coccydynia, which is basically just a busted up tailbone. And he was saying, you can do cortisone shots, you can do this, you can do that, and I'm thinking, yeah. And then his advice was, don't slip on the ice. And ironically, this was in January in Iowa, and we had just had an ice storm. So you can imagine walking out of there not feeling too happy. He didn't really give me any treatment thing. He just said, take ibuprofen for the swelling and whatnot, and that really didn't help. A couple years later, I had a horrible flare where it actually flared up into a huge swollen mess on my back. I could not sit down traditionally. I could not lay on my back. I couldn't barely lay on my side. The getting up and getting down was excruciating. It was hell. And it was horrible, and I could not, for the life of me, get it to do anything. I tried hot baths, I was taking so many painkillers, and I had leftover Vicodin from one thing, and I took that, and even that didn't kill it. It is the worst pain imaginable, and I had to go to the surgeon. I had went to the emergency room, and they basically did nothing for me. Here I was lying in agony, and I was so much in pain, and the nurse said, "Oh, we'll go get you an ice pack," and I overhear them out in the hallway discussing Hee Haw, the old TV show, instead of dealing with their patients. All the more reason I do not like my hometown medical systems. I went to the surgeon, and they opened it up, and they drained it, and this is why I will never go back to have my cyst taken care of, when it does flare, because they insert a strip of gauze in there every day, and then they take it out and insert another one. And if you have someone that can do that for you, they recommend that, but I didn't have anyone that could do that for me, and to be honest, I didn't want anyone doing that for me. It is horrible, horrible pain. The little feel of them shoving that little strip of gauze down into a slit in your skin, and it's supposed to make it heal from the bottom up. It keeps the top of the wound open. Well, I was supposed to have surgery, but the surgery time is anywhere from 3 weeks to 6 months of healing time, because they just cut a big chunk out of basically your butt crack to dig down and get the cyst, and then they leave it open to heal. And some people heal faster than others, and I needed help with my son, and I didn't have it. I could not rely on his father to come down as promised, and he was having issues and just not reliable. So I ended up not having the surgery, and I've had multiple flares since then. And when it flares, it's the painful of it getting to the point where it's really bad. And what a flare is that basically the little nut gets infected by whatever reason. It could just be a toxin in your body. It could be a jar to your tailbone area. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. And then the infection needs to get out of your body, and how it does that is it kind of tunnels up a sinus cavity outwards towards the outside of your body, which in this case is through your skin, and it is so painful. And there are home remedies to it. You're supposed to be able to break off a piece of plaster Paris like sheetrock on your wall and eat it, and it's supposed to bring it to a head. There's tea tree oil, which smells awful, and there's just all sorts of these home remedies, and I've actually tried several of them, the external ones. And how I deal with it now that I've discovered that seems to work is when I feel the first little tiny bit of a flare, I don't wait for it to get big. I don't wait for it to rupture on its own. I sleep on a heating pad, basically, for a week, and it typically goes down, and then I stock up on garlic and onions, because it just kind of heals from the inside out. And then I rub down the area with tea tree oil, which again smells really bad, but it's got a good healing property, and then garlic paste, which basically means that you leave a garlic smell trailing behind you wherever you go. And I've had it rupture at home. I've done a home rupture, basically, where I bring it to a head and it ruptures. It is a disgusting mess, but it feels so much better than having it done at the hospital. And now I try to head mine off before it happens. But when it flares, you really cannot do any physical activity, no sweating or anything, because it hurts and you're uncomfortable and you're fighting an infection. So that really sets me back. I've got the time for it to completely flare, and then the heal time, which often puts me out 2 weeks at least. And that's been my biggest fear since I've started work a year and a half ago, that I'm going to have a flare so bad that I'm going to miss work. And especially after I took over as the manager. I hope it's not completely wrong, but, that is one thing that I have an issue with my body, is my tailbone and the pilonidal cyst, and it's really hard to tell what is flaring whenever. And there's supposed to be things that you can do every day to avoid flares. I think my biggest thing is losing the weight and then just eating healthier. And a lot of garlics and a lot of onions really help heal your body. They're antioxidants. And especially when I'm getting sick, I eat so much garlic and onions when I'm getting sick that, you have that sick breath, and then you also have that nasty garlicky breath, but it works. It's about the only thing that really... It froze again. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is my first Veda is, what pilonidal disease is basically, and I can have it removed, but honestly I can't afford to miss that much work time because there's no monetary compensation at all. And there are other ways to remove it where supposedly, they can insert a glue or they can stitch it all the way up, and it's a matter of finding a surgeon willing to stitch it all the way up. Because it's not just, removing something from, like a wart from your skin. It's like going down under your skin, and there's so many nerves in that tailbone area. And it's an embarrassing type situation to talk to or talk about, and a lot of people don't want to talk about their pilonidal disease, and I fully recommend that you do not Google the pictures because they are disturbing, and I think that's part of what really scared me away from having the surgery. Just because it's disgusting, and the whole open heel just does not work for me at all, especially in a place where I can't even see. I'm a big girl, I can't see my butt crack. It doesn't work that way, and I'm not that flexible. So this is the end of day 1. Happy 1st of August, and hopefully I will actually do these every day. I might record a couple of them, and then scatter them out because, let's face it, a weight-related video every day is kind of difficult. Some of them might be really short, as in a minute long, but I'm going to rise to the challenge and hopefully I succeed. Hopefully it's at least one challenge that I can, excel in. So I will see you all tomorrow, and you have a wonderful 1st of August.